2, 1. Working? Is it working? I think so. I can't hear you guys at all.
White on blue.
I literally everything you said did not come through, so restart.
Me?
We're live.
What up?
Yeah. We're live. Welcome to the Quick Slants Season 2. Quick Slants Football Show. My first show with quote-unquote hosting. Episode 1 here. You guys excited?
Dude,
I'm excited. Yeah. I love football.
I've been more excited my whole life.
Well, I'm Ryan. I'm your host, co-host here. I got Devin above me and then Ben over to the left.
Hello.
Quick Slants Football Show. Hello.
You got to wave. There it is.
Ben looks like he's like a dungeon, but it's just a room.
Yeah, why don't you throw up like a white?
Just give me here. I got you, Doug.
I just can see your face, bro.
Oh, that's way better. Holy shit, the light's on.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at a camera. It's a little blurry, but oh well. Yeah, so I'm gonna get going. I guess we're just gonna talk. I mean, have you guys watched any preseason football? I think that's the biggest thing we can talk about right now. Is have you guys seen any preseason? I know the Lions got blew out, so that's kind of takes away that option. But
kind of just watched a little bit.
I've been actually watching quite a bit. I got the old YouTube TV, not a hashtag ad, but if you want to sponsor us, I'm watching a lot of football on YouTube TV. It's been great.
YouTube TV. I didn't know preseason was on there. Preseason's on there?
Not through the thing you're thinking of, but it's just
just regular TV.
Yeah, NFL Network, ESPN.
That's cool. That's real cool.
I've been watching a lot of games. I really like a football nerdish guy. It's kind of cool to see like position battles and like going through who's going to make rosters, and I really enjoy that. I'm sure those players don't, but
yeah, it's tough, man, and especially if you get caught late in preseason. I mean, it's kind of hard to make a team and like actually like kind of be like integrated into that like team's game plan. You know, for the season.
Late. Yeah.
Yeah, even if especially you see some vets get caught late, it's tough, man. You know, then they gotta wait for like an injury or something like that to really make a difference. But
fucking with my lighting on.
It's close. Hell yeah, I just remember the red you had the other day. It's clean.
Do I look pretty good though right now?
I mean, dude, you always look great, but the lighting looks good. I can't tell if maybe you're looking at something that's like bright lights too, like a white or something.
Yeah, it's this like website. It's just like bright white. And
yeah.
My new screen, it has like really bright colors, so it's like super bright.
Right. If the internet's listening, let's get everything in dark mode.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is like a thing though. Like I've gotten some new technology in it, or like I got like like we got Microsoft 365. It's like Microsoft's new like Office operating system kind of thing, right?
Okay.
You get like all the new things, but there's like a dark mode of like Outlook.
Oh yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I use that. Yeah.
No idea. Didn't know that.
Dude, they got dark mode for everything, man.
Blew my fucking mind.
Like on the Consumer's Energy app, there's like a dark mode. You're like, what's going on? No. All right, so I guess what's your like biggest do you have any preseason memories or any players that you remember watching in the preseason? I remember watching, I'll kind of start just to maybe kickstart some memories here, but I remember watching Victor Cruz. I don't know if you remember that guy. He scored like 3 touchdowns on like a Monday night preseason game, and then he did like the salsa, and then he was like, obviously.
Preseason? He did the salsa dance?
Yeah, dude. It was like, he was in.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know if he did the salsa, but I just know he scored like 3 times. And I've seen like clips from that, and like the coaches when they got to got together at the end of the game, the other coach was like, that guy's making the team, right? Like you can tell he's like, if he doesn't, he's on our team, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any memories of any preseasons or anything like that where you like saw a play or a guy that really showed out.
You guys remember 2008? That was a great preseason.
I think that was going to be one of mine.
What a fucking preseason!
So for anybody that doesn't know, that's the year the Lions went 4-0 in the preseason, and then went 0-16.
Preseason champs.
Who was the QB that year?
Had it been Kitno, right?
Kitna, Culpepper, Dan Orlovsky. Somebody else.
Better trio. I'll wait, dude.
Oh yeah, that was probably going to be mine as a Lions fan. Then obviously we might talk about it. I don't know if you have a plan, but that game last night, that was pretty memorable. I'm going to be honest. I'll probably remember that one for the next few years.
And no, I didn't watch the game last night, to be honest. Who played last night?
It was Washington versus Baltimore, and Washington beat Baltimore's 28 game preseason win streak, and Washington played their starters pretty much 3 quarters, and McLaurin got hurt, and they won, and they celebrated like they won the playoff game, and everybody's dogging them.
I'm so confused. How is he like hurt, or do you know? Or
I can look it up real quick here.
It's always interesting too, especially in preseason, because we obviously play fantasy, and you can see like players ADP change just from how they're playing in the preseason and things like that. It's weird. I mean, it's cool, but
real quick, MRI on Terry McLaurin, toe injury, showed no major damage.
That's good. That's good.
It leads the question: is it worth playing your starters for a quote unquote meaningless preseason game? And I actually have a different take on this, but I kind of want to know your guys' thought. What's your like raw take from what I told you?
Ben, you can go first.
Damn it, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking for that link. Right
All right.
Ask me the question again.
Dude, it's like high school. So
ask me the question again.
You get your starters out there for a couple drives, maybe 2 drives, depending on how the first drive goes. If they have a clean first drive, then you don't even put them back out there. That's my opinion. I don't know your guys' opinion. But.
Oh, about starting your starters or playing your starters?
Playing your starters.
I say the young ones you do, but if you have anybody who's worth a damn that you're paying any money to, they don't.
For the record, they were playing their entire first team. Gibson, Howell, McLaurin.
I kind of get their situation because they're trying to decide on their QB, so it's like it's hard to be like, yeah, McLaurin's not playing, Curtis Samuel's not playing, Josh Doxson's not playing. Go out there and let's see what you got, Howell. And he's like, playing with like the second string. It's like, okay.
I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, how long did they play the first half?
I believe it was 3 quarters. Yeah, it was pretty much 3 quarters.
That's too much. That's the second preseason game, right?
Yes.
Oh man.
There's only 3.
And they tweeted like Battle of the Bridge or something. Apparently, like with Washington D.C. and Baltimore, there's like a bridge, and they
maybe it means more to them than we realize. I don't know.
You gotta play that fucking link I sent you, bro.
That's rough. That's rough. What I will say, to add a little context, John Harbaugh, because he was on the Ravens, John Harbaugh coached the Ravens, he went out in his press conference and pretty much dogged anybody that was dogging them for trying and celebrating, and pretty much is like anybody that calls preseason meaningless never played in a preseason game, and he likes the passion. And for these guys, like a lot of those guys, like that is their like win, Yeah. So he actually, kind of funny enough, being the opposite team, I thought he was going to be like, yeah, have some class, act like you've been there before. And he was kind of like, I get why they're celebrating. So that was kind of interesting take.
We haven't played for them.
I'm assuming they didn't play a ton of their starters. I'm assuming.
Anthony Brown fucking threw 2.
There's a clip where Lamar, it was like the second quarter, and you could tell like the Washington Commanders are going pretty hard. And like they panned over to Lamar, and he like was mouthing to a guy. I think he said, but you couldn't hear the audio. But he was like, "I'm ready. Like put me in. I'm ready."
He wanted to go clean the game up, dude. I love. Have you guys seen the clip of Kirk walking around, no pads on, but he has his helmet on, like on the sidelines?
Yeah,
makes me laugh every time I see it. He's Kirk, man.
He's a winner. Kirk Cousins. He is a winner. He's a goddamn winner.
Right at MSU, man.
And then he loses, you know. They
Right
were
at
good when he
MSU.
was there. You remember those jerseys they wore? They had those like bronzy helmets.
Yeah.
By MSU, yeah.
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 All right. So let's go to the next kind of topic I have. I didn't really like lay out any crazy topics, but this one's kind of probably the biggest topic in the NFL, just in general, the last few weeks. I think we might have even touched on it during our draft. But so Jonathan Taylor requests to be traded, and the Colts grant him that he can go and seek a trade. What do you guys think about JT looking to get traded from the Colts? And do you think there's any teams that would actually go for him?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I don't. I don't actually think that anybody's going to do it. And if they do, he's going to make like $1 million more. Like I think he's getting like $4 million or something like that. Like nobody's going to pay him. How much did Dalvin get? 6? Not even guaranteed.
Yeah, he got 8 and Zeke got 6.
But it's like 8 with bonuses or something.
Right. I don't know the exact terms. I don't know the terms. But
So that's
yeah,
not like it's not guaranteed. So like he could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
$4 million is guaranteed.
Okay. I mean,
it's his last year of his rookie year. He had a bad year last year. There's no way that he could like command a salary like that, or nobody's just going to pay him. And plus, trade a first-round pick for him.
Right. I think that's the issue. I kind of touched on it too before, Devin. You kind of give the final take, but I think to not only have to pay him like a premier running back, because that's obviously what he's looking for. He's not going to take a deal that's, $5 million, $6 million a year. But then you also have to go on top of that and trade at least a second, if not a couple seconds or a first. I just think that in this running back market where you see these like superstars, I mean, obviously they're older, but I feel like the only situation maybe you see like a midseason trade. But I don't know. What do you think, Devin?
I would generally kind of agree. I think it's kind of ironic, the running back market where we're at, where teams don't want to pay them like a hot commodity, but then they expect draft capital like a hot commodity, and it's like, wait a second, you Colts, you just said that he's not worth that, but now every team you talk to, you're demanding the world. So it's like, what is it? No one's going to pay that, so you're going to be stuck.
It's a sign and trade, so he's going to have to go and talk to GMs, and then they're going to tell him, yeah, I'll give you like 4.5, and I'll give you 5 for like 2 years or something, and then he's going to be like, what the fuck?
Where do you?
The money's there, so I think he's just going to come back.
Yeah.
What do you? My caveat.
Is he like a top 10 guy, like a top 10 running back in the league?
The Arizona Cardinals.
That'd be a good team.
And they could go, kill his career in the desert.
Hopefully not. He's on my fantasy team. But yeah, like the Trent Richardson thing. That's kind of like almost what it reminds me of. It's like Irsay is upset about the whole Trent Richardson thing. He remembers that he traded for this guy.
Trent Richardson was like 280 pounds for the record.
And he loves good running backs. He had Edgerrin James and fucking Marshall Faulk at one point. And he traded away Marshall Faulk, and he probably regrets that.
I think we're forgetting the best Colts running back of all time here, but
which one? Ajayi?
I was gonna say Mod Bradshaw. That was a
joke.
He played for like 15 teams.
Whoa, he played for the Colts too.
Oh, my bad.
And the Saints and like the Dolphins.
It was a joke, guys. I don't really think he's the best.
He's got more Super Bowls than the Lions.
Bradshaw was good, bro, for what he was.
He probably won 2 or 3.
Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of have this on here too to talk about, but I mean, the running back position overall, I mean, it's just a dumpster. I mean, I don't really see too much value in the position. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I mean,
so, shit.
A wide receiver or even a tight end. I mean, I think all that stuff's more like valuable, like to the team.
Yep. So real quick here, I want to rattle off these names for you guys. So this is the 2016 rushing list leader, right? You guys hear me? Yeah. Okay.
So 2016, just to preface, that's 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So not that long ago.
Besides this recent signing with Ezekiel Elliott, none of these guys were on an NFL team, but Ezekiel Elliott did just sign. So Zeke was number 1. Number 2, Jordan Howard. Number 3, DeMarco Murray. Number 4, Jai. 5, Le'Veon Bell. 6, Shady McCoy.
Man, this is brutal.
7, David Johnson. 8, LeGarrette Blount. 9, Devontae Freeman. 10, Lamar Miller.
Can you get me receivers? Can you do that? I'm just curious if we're gonna like recognize some of these names as still people in the league. I know it's 7 years ago, so probably not, but got to be more than one guy, right?
So receiving leaders, it would be T.Y. Hilton, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. Yikes. So he's about to be arrested.
A few guys are... Dude, that
Jordy
guy...
Nelson, Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, MT, Jarvis Landry, to kind of round that out. So
I would say like 4 or 5 of those guys are still in the league and prevalent, as opposed to literally one who is barely could find a deal, and took kind of a shit deal.
So I just like looked up Adrian Peterson's highest contract, or like his biggest contract that he signed. It was a 7-year, $96 million deal with $32 million guaranteed. It was 13.7 a year.
Well, a different time, a little bit.
It was 2011.
What's CMC's deal? How much does he make right now?
Who?
You got that? Christian McCaffrey. Do you think those type of running backs are like an exception? I mean, if you're building a team and you have a running back, do you think that it does make you more valuable? Like if you're a receiver as well? I feel like if you're going to demand high money, you got to be able to catch the ball.
He's making 16 a year.
Okay, well, there you go. He's going to be probably the highest paid running back right now too.
Jonathan Taylor could make that money. The problem is he didn't have a good year last year.
Yeah, the problem is
that he looks like an ass.
He needed
if he would have played this out, he probably could have signed in the season.
He needed to go in there, play his ass off. I wouldn't want to play for Jim Irsay either, personally. But yeah, he needed to go have a good year and then show out and
what are your
go get signed some.
When you're under contract, what are your options? You can fully pull an Eli Manning. You can choose to do that, and if you're good enough, people will, take you.
Yeah. Well, on certain things, I mean, you can get just fined, and then the team keeps finding you. You're playing under your rookie deal, like you don't have the room.
That's what I'm saying. So just play it out. And you had a bad year. You have to get some fucking perspective that you can't come out and ask
I think he knows though. I think it's like a state. Sorry, Ben, but I think he knows it's like a statement thing. Like he's worried about the franchise tag, like Saquon just got. I think he just kind of is trying to get ahead of it, but I don't know if that was the right play coming off a bad year.
Have no leverage. Realistically, I mean, we could go through and we could play the game if we want to, but if you take 32 NFL teams and we talk realistically, not if they want JT, let's talk about realistically if they can get them and make it work. I would say we're looking at a handful of teams.
Yeah, probably 4 or 5 teams. Yeah,
it's not that many, bro. It's not.
It's not going to be a ton.
I mean, I'm the complete opposite. I like running backs. I think we should go back to that. I love running back heavy leagues. It's just not where we're at anymore. And unfortunately, that's how it is. You're throwing your body on the line. I get it. Get your money. I'll never fault somebody for wanting to get their money, but you just can't be expected. You can't be sad or disappointed when it doesn't happen.
Right. All right. Well, enough about running backs, obviously. I saw this. I don't remember exactly where I saw it. I think it might have been on the Kelsey show.
Great show.
Was it New Heights?
New Heights podcast.
We love the Kelsey guys.
Yeah.
But they were kind of there. I saw a clip. You guys might have seen this clip. But what do you think the hardest position in football is?
Quarterback.
Ben, what do you think?
I don't know, man.
Have you seen the clip for stuff? Yeah, okay. I would say those are probably the 2 answers. I think those might have been the 2 answers they gave.
Wait, who'd you say, Ben?
Corner back?
Corner. I think corner is as well. I think that's what Jason Kelsey said.
I would say physically challenging, I would say, yeah. Or maybe even O-line if that's the question or something. But
I just think about think about even, and this is Madden, but think about just you're doing the showdown, bro, and you're on one-on-one coverage, and he just does a couple cuts, and then he's wide open, and you have to do that all day.
All day.
That's your job.
Get beat.
If you get beat, it's 100% on you. I mean, I understand the quarterback scenario too. It's like goalie in hockey. It's everything is your fault always, even when it's not. It's still your fault.
Touch the ball every play, yeah. I don't know.
like there's so much pressure, but I think like physically, like you said, I think cornerback is probably the hardest. I think you're going against generally probably the best athletes on the other team. I mean, besides maybe the other team's cornerbacks, but the other team's wide receivers are usually their best athletes. That's who you got to go against every day.
One thing I'm considering here, and I know I'm on the side of the quarterbacks, but dude, these guys get blamed for everything. They have to be the guy. You have to know everybody's job and the defensive play. And you're staying in the pocket getting destroyed by these 300-pound linemen that are running 4.40s. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to read everything and have Aaron Donald just sprinting at you. That'd be terrifying. Yeah. I'll take running in the backfield with Julio.
Yeah, but
what if you were the center? What if you were the center and couldn't fuck that up, and you had to snap it and then take it in the neck from Aaron?
Center was their other one that was mentioned was center.
You could read and call the fucking coverage for the lineman and fucking
snap and block, man.
Dude, I don't think any position in football is easy. Obviously, I'm gonna
of course
backup quarterback maybe, but I don't think that's really easy. I think it's just a meme. But yeah, I think what makes quarterback the hardest thing is just the pressure. I mean, there's pressure on a DB, there's pressure on everybody on the field, but
I think that kind of outweighs any of the. If you take the full package, I think that outweighs any of the physical. Channel.
You're sort of the lone face too that takes a lot of the blame.
Bro, you're the face. You're like you said, Ryan. You get blamed even when it's not your fault, dude. For years, we had to see. Every single year, people talk about how Kellen Moore should be playing over fucking Stafford.
Oh my god!
I'm like, dude. At a certain point, I don't know what to tell you, my man. There's a reason Kellen Moore's not playing. He's coaching now.
People that don't know football, not that I know football that well, but I feel like I know football well enough. I mean, people are just regurgitate what they hear sometimes, and I don't know. I don't think
a lot of it's shit talk. When somebody says Dak Prescott sucks, I'm sure there's some people that are like, yeah, he sucks, but does he really suck, bro? He's on a top 5, top 10 if you really hate the Cowboys team. He's a starting QB, been a starting QB, got re-signed.
It's the comparisons too, because I think people compare Dak or whoever your quarterback is. People aren't comparing him to Jimmy G. They're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, the best QBs in the league. That's who you're getting compared to. You're not getting compared to an average QB, which, I mean, that's how it should be, I guess. But
I don't know. I feel like I had this mentality, and I feel like if you would ask most football players or any athlete, I would say, every quarterback thinks of, I feel like if my quarterback didn't think he was the best in the NFL, I feel like we'd have a problem. I want him to think he's the best, bro.
Right.
If somebody asked Jared Goff, are you the best QB? And then he's like, my hard work preparation, I'd like to think so. And everybody clowns him. It's what do you want him to say? Actually, no, I think I'm the 13th best.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I saw an interview with Joe Burrow where he said that Patrick Mahomes is the best QB in the league right now, but I don't know if that's just respect for Patrick Mahomes.
Humble.
Or if maybe that's him trying to come off humble. But in the locker room and on the field, he feels and thinks he's the best QB, and that's where it's really important.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, fucking Joey Cool, man.
Man, I can't wait.
The Kellen Moore thing too, by the way. He after 1 year was a veteran. He's playing against a lot of rookies in the preseason. He's playing against a lot of guys who are just going to get cut that are just brought in on camps. If you're doing well in the preseason, that is really not a good indicator. That's the Sam Howell thing is were the Ravens playing their starters, all of them?
No.
Do you think that their defensive linebacker group that didn't play would destroy them? You know what I'm saying, against their starters?
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point of that is y'all are celebrating, but we didn't even play our main people, and you guys won by 1 point on a last second play.
Correct.
They won by 1 point at the end of the game.
People are really mad now. Oh man, yeah. The guy at work was telling me he's gonna draft him late in the draft because he's gonna be a starter, and that's how he's gonna build his draft around him. I'm thinking dude.
Yeah, you're gonna be on the waiver wire looking for a QB.
10-man league like redraft.
Yeah, what, dude? Just
I'm like, dude, there's gonna be like you can get Aaron Rodgers. Like nobody even gives a shit. Like, no, Sam Howell, man, that's my long play. We're gonna take him last, like as your backup, and that's the joke. I don't understand.
I think he says that until he's at the draft and realizes that all these QBs are still available. He could probably get like Lamar.
Dude, he was like, I got to take 2 QBs. I was like, you have to take 2 QBs for what? Like, what does it matter? Just fucking pick somebody up on your bye week. You'll literally pick up fucking, I don't give a shit, Daniel Jones on the waiver wire for free. Like, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Or, Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson's
I want to get a tight end with one of my top 3 picks. I'm like, what the fuck? It's
There's
like
only one
you ever
person
learn, read, or do. In fantasy football, he's doing the opposite.
You get Kelsey in the first, mate, but
I was gonna say that's the only person maybe.
Mark Andrews in like the end of the third, but
correct. Yeah, like there's no point at that point because then you're giving up a running back. I would rather have something better.
Right, and that's how you like to build your team. I do like I like Kelsey if you get him maybe in the second because it gives you a huge positional advantage in a 10-man league.
You could give me all sorts of strategies, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. There's not that many running backs. We just talked about it. So, all right. So, we're kind of all agreeing that quarterback's tough. At least top 2 hardest. You just threw my can. But, all right. So, well, we'll go to the next topic here, man. So we all have Madden. Let's talk a little bit about Madden. I know it's not the NFL, but I think let's talk a little bit about Madden. What do you guys think so far?
Ben?
I think it's cool. Play for the Patriots. I'm running back. 78 overall, I believe. I just played a game. We lost because Mac Jones is a terrible piece of shit, and my defense gave up a late touchdown. We're now 2-5.
Can we get more of like a game breakdown, not just your personal on your random slide?
I ran the ball 18 times for 125 yards and a touchdown.
What do you think about the blocking?
Reasonable amount. And he got sacked like 3 times on plays that definitely shouldn't have.
Okay.
He couldn't complete passes.
You're upset with the QB on your team. I got you.
There's nothing that I can do once I press A and run away from him. It's over.
Yeah. Well, you change the play. Just run and play every time.
The only other thing I have to say about Madden is I worry about the Detroit Lions because they are very bad.
In Madden?
They're very bad in Madden. They're not terrible. But they're definitely not very good. And they got very low ratings kind of across the board.
See, I would actually argue the opposite. I saw like a simulation thing. They did we simulated the NFL season like 20 times, and here's what happened. The Lions came out in the playoffs every time.
I mean, maybe, but
it might be just you, bro.
I don't know. It worried me. It worried me a bit.
There's some people I was looking through their roster on there, and there's definitely some people that I feel like could be rated or like have a higher rating.
Aiden Hutchinson's like weirdly not that great.
Yeah, Hutch was one maybe because I mean they don't really. I feel like usually these sophomore players they don't really, and the rookies sophomore players they don't really like their sophomore year players. Yeah, they don't like automatically anoint them like amazing in Madden. They're weird. I don't know. Madden's weird with the different ratings, but I feel like the game feels good. I know I'm the blocking seems really clean. I've noticed just like the physics in the game. I know they're really talking up like the physics and the animations and stuff, and I've seen like it seems a little more like fluid. I feel like the holes are easier to see. Yeah, like the blocking just seems better.
It makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more football sense. Like where people get in the way. Like I got tackled in my last game. Didn't get a fucking third down because of it. Because my guard threw the linebacker on the ground and he threw him right in front of me, right when I was getting to that hole, and I tripped right over him. Like it actually like worked. If I would have pressed Y, maybe I could have hurdled him. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. Right.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, the guy. Cool. Yeah, the guy actually was on the field, thrown into you. That's cool. What do you think, Devin? What do you think about the game?
Overall, like really solid. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10, probably.
What does that rank on like your best Maddens of all time? I mean, obviously we're a little like weird because we haven't been on new gen, but
yeah, and like if you just straight up ask me right now, like what would make a 10 out of 10? I don't even know if I could answer that. I just know it's not that. It's not perfect. I know that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The last 5, 6, 7 years have been 3 out of 10s.
Man, the last
So-
2 years were garbage because they were clones of the year before.
And
Yeah,
we were
we've
playing on
been getting
PC
fed
on old
trash.
gen.
Yeah, we've been playing the same game for 3 years.
3 years,
Like
yeah.
literally the same game, not
Dude,
not
I
as a meme.
make this
Last
joke.
year was weird because they made big shoulder pads and it was awkward.
Yeah,
And then it broke.
And I make the joke, which is not a joke. Our season literally busted in the draft and we couldn't move forward. But number two, there was literally a game where I was playing and the outside banner around the stadium says like Madden 23. You know, like it says like the thing around it. And I'm playing it and I look over and I realize it says Madden 22, bro.
How they didn't update it.
I'm like, was like, wait, am I seeing that right? Dude, it said Madden 22. You didn't even update the fucking stadium banners. Like, that's crazy. Anyways.
Had one job too. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's the one guy I forgot. It's been on his fucking, what's Asana? Is that what everyone's using these days? Asana? Task management? Anyways.
Oh, okay.
Corporate office joke. Anyways.
I haven't really felt any like bugs either. Knock on wood. Like there haven't been
Okay, well, I was gonna
any
give
crazy
you
things.
a couple here.
I mean, there probably are, but I haven't seen a lot, right? Like myself, which is nice.
So there's two things I'll preface by saying. I have not played really any simulation Madden. I've only played competitive Madden.
Okay. Like the difficulty, quote unquote, or whatever. Like the mode.
There's two. There's like, it would be like game style or whatever the fuck they call it. And it's like arcade, simulation, or comp.
Yeah.
Everything we do online is comp. It's by default, you can't change it. So when
What's
I play,
the difference between those things?
the players like react more like a competitive setting. The simulation does more like that, like goes with the play. If the guy gets kind of double team blocked, it just gets double team blocked. Like there's not like
the other one's more input based. Like you can get out of stuff.
Yes.
It's more controlled. You don't get affected by like the crowd stuff as much, or like the pressure or whatever the fuck they call it. The momentum or whatever.
And like, for example, in my superstar, I play on all-star difficulty on comp game style. So I haven't even played any simulation, and I mean first the computer and the thing. So take this with a grain of salt.
My superstar might be on simulation. Actually, I'm not 100% sure.
I will say though, I think a lot of people that play Madden do play like Ultimate Team and shit. So I think most people that watch this or see this would understand. I think there's two major things kind of busted right now. Number one, QB accuracy is abysmal right now. Everything I read online, every big Madden streamer I watch, every video I watch, everybody's complaining about the accuracy of the QBs.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that.
Bro,
it's rough. QB, but
it's rough. The other thing, corners, and for example, I'll give you a prime example. Corners and mainly corners are having a hard time playing the, I would say, let's call it about 5 to 7 yards from each sideline. So draw a line at the sideline and go 5 to 7 yards in. In that range, they're like broken. Corners like won't guard over there.
I do see that, like they don't really play like the flats. I'll even play like underneath flats, cover underneath, and they'll play like 3 or 4 yards up.
For a perfect example, I looked it up today. You know how you beat that? You run cloud. You don't run hard flats, you run cloud. So you run like a cover 3 cloud or something like that. The cloud route does the same thing, but you're not saying flats, but he'll play the flats because the cloud will either play the flats or the up. So if you run a cover 3 cloud, and then I've watched videos where they put side by side, he plays by the sideline.
That's definitely not a bug. Yeah,
that's like a bug. That shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't make you play one play. That's always been a problem.
I feel like the secondary
last year in slants. That's all it's ever been.
I feel like that's what they're trying to do. I feel like the last however long it's been a very quarterback heavy thing, and I think they're trying to tone that down, and they're trying to do it to make it more like a skill gap if you can complete this, like the throws on the sidelines and run those comeback routes and
see that. Like that. I think that even in simulation, it feels like more realistic in that way, where like you don't have consistent, really good games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Like you just don't play like old men, like where you can go like 23 for 24 and 4 touchdowns. Like you'll have a really good day if you do that. You know what I mean?
Bro, I threw for like 18 for 25 for like, I don't know, 252 and like a touchdown and no picks. And I was like, bro, I played lights out that game. You know? Like in my head, I'm like thinking, I'm like, man, that's not
like a
good.
real stat line, because when people in real life throw for over 300, it's like a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if like they're winning and like if their defense is playing well, that's a lot of yards.
That's something I learned from gambling hard last year. I can't tell you how many times in my head I was like, bro, Mahomes 300? Like, come on.
Easy. Yeah. 280 throws.
Yeah, like 282, and I'm like, dog. You know, and then you start looking it up and you're like, oh shit, yeah, a lot of people don't. But that being said, like I said, I think this Madden is way better than anything we've ever had.
Yeah, I agree.
It's way better. But those would be my two like big complaints. But I think everything you guys said is good. Fluidity. I feel like blocking feels good for the most part. When I like call blocking schemes, it like actually works. Yeah. When I call for a double team, they like actually double team.
Yeah. It works. Yeah.
Is there anything you guys would add or do to improve the game? I mean, obviously, you can,
there's one thing.
Give me one thing. Like, what was there a game mode or something you'd really love that would be in the game?
I think, for me personally, selfishly, let me make an online franchise and we can all be on the same team.
That's my answer too.
Easy.
I think it's all of our answers.
That can't be hard for them to do.
Dude, they have it to the cloud. We all could just boom, multiplayer, and doesn't matter. It could be one of our saves, and then we just jump in and play on the team. It doesn't matter.
Or we could do that with our superstars. We can like.
I was just gonna say, we're all in the same league as a superstar, but if we play on the same team, then the games have to be together. How cool that would be if your superstar and my superstar and Ben's superstar were all on the same team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
It'd be insanely fun.
Yeah. Next year, maybe.
Maybe next year. No, they probably won't. But
I mean, they don't even do it in the other games. Like they should.
Yeah, I agree.
Sports games that they had that mode for so long, they got rid of it and all. Of it. It can't be that hard to do.
I feel like hockey. Maybe hockey had that a long time ago. I feel like there was a game.
We used to play. Fucking Ben and I had a Maple Leaf season. We played for like ever.
They have the technology out there.
It was literally you would make an online season, and when Ben I would invite him to the league.
We had Bob Rofsky. Plays for the Panthers.
Yep. We cycled through a few of them, but I think we had Luongo at one point too. Roberto Luongo.
Wednesday's show, quick pass.
Yep, quick pass.
Hockey show.
Ooh, I like that name. But yeah, so there's like a lot you could do, you know. And all it did was he joined the thing, and when he was going through the teams, he would get to the team I was and said, "Join as a player."
Yeah.
He was like on my team.
All you want. Yeah, maybe eventually that'd be sweet. I have like one more topic I really want to do here. This one I kind of saw some stuff online, and it's something that I always think about, and it gets talked about probably once a year because it actually happens once a year. But I'm gonna go over some rule change ideas that I saw online. Some are realistic, some aren't realistic. I'm gonna give kind of like
this year. Before you say it, this year I like it because the XFL and shit, the other leagues have like really advanced some things. So go ahead.
Yes. So there is some obvious ones from the XFL. The kickoff one is a big one, where I don't know exactly how they do it, but they kick off a little bit differently, where it's like it's supposed to be safer.
Keep in mind, I saw like one or two XFL games. Ben, you might know. I think they line up like so the kicker's standing by himself on one end where they like normally kick, and then the teams line up at the other end where it's about to go, and they line up like 5 yards apart, 10 yards apart.
It's almost like a run play.
So it's less like collision, like head-on collision, less more like blocking.
Right. I do like that. But
it's like rugby, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. And then they have the other one. I'm going to just touch on these two because they're like really obvious because they're from the XFL. But the ability to go instead of an onside kick, you get the 4th and 15 or whatever. You get one play that you got to get 15 yards, and if you get it, you get the ball. Do you guys like that idea?
From watching a little bit again and seeing like highlights, that shit was exciting.
Right. I think that's
exciting
for sure. I feel like the NFL might have to be a little more like 4th and 20, like you got one shot for 20 yards to make it more
Let me give
Like,
you
less
my
likely, I guess.
personal opinion and I'll let you go then. I have 2 reasons why I actually vote no if I could on that. One, another random rule for the Lions to get burned on.
Okay. Selfish, got it.
Number
one.
2 is what I said earlier, I think holds. I think it makes the game more exciting. I'm going to be honest, guys. I feel like the NFL is already pretty exciting. I don't think they're like a baseball situation where they need to be more exciting.
I mean,
Yeah.
you need to fix your camera, Ryan. But
Oh, the blurry?
baseball's baseball's thing with the shot clock is a good
That is
idea.
blurry.
What was the first thing that you said, Ryan? It was
The kickoffs.
I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion. Think that this new kickoff is a good idea.
Hopefully you can figure out my camera.
I just think they haven't figured out how to use it yet. Because like you get the ball at the 25, right? If you don't return it, if you just knee it in the end zone, right?
Right now, yeah.
Right. So wouldn't it be strategic to kick it shorter? You have shorter distance to run.
Like in
Are you saying
Madden style?
for like a squib kick like Madden?
Not, I mean, even a squib kick, but just a kick that goes to the 5 and has backspin. Teach the
Well, for
kickers to
sure. I
kick
think
it
that's
over.
what they're trying to do, right? They're not trying to kick it in the end zone.
It's now a strategic game. It
Right.
changes the play instead of just kicking it deep as far as you can, and they'd already mapped that out, and it's like standard that goes this far. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I do think, to your point,
they
I
shorten
think,
it. You know, they could almost like onside. You know, when you get like a 2-point and they like punt it, you could almost do that. Why not just do that? Why not just punt it from the 40, and then the ball lands on like the 10 or 5? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then
they
they
have
either
to
can keep it
return
on
it.
the 25 or they have to return it, and they might get to
Right.
like the 15 before your team gets down there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like the kickoff is kind of outdated and needs to be workshopped. So one of the rules that I saw, these 2 are kind of gimmicky. I saw 2 versions of this one, but for the kickoff, so you kind of have an option, I guess, where you could just kick it into the end zone. It comes out to the 25. But if you kick it through the uprights, so that would add something a little bit to the kicker. You know, if they're able to kick it through, you know, basically you're kicking a field goal as on the kickoff. They take it at the 20 instead of the 25. What do you think about that?
I say you give them the points.
I saw the other one was you get 1 point.
I say you get 2.
You're giving them 2 points.
Yeah, make it interesting, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, why not? But yeah, I saw that there was one. The first one I saw was actually about giving 1 point. Am I blurry again, dude? Come on, man.
Like think about it though. Like if like you had like a penalty on like the extra point, like you could apply to the kickoff, right? So then you'd be closer. So then you'd be able to get another 2 points.
Right. And I feel like that would be, I don't know. I like kind of both sides of it. I think it'd be cool to do the 20 would be cool. Kind of gives you an incentive, and they don't get the ball so close.
To
Right,
rocket
you
it
can
through.
text, you know, like 5 by, yeah, you make it through. There'd be like a kicker that can just kick it through every time.
Yeah, I mean it would be an advantage. It'd be a 5-yard advantage, and that's real.
Every time. Yeah, that'd be kind of sweet.
Real. That would add up over the year. I mean,
Yeah, I'll give you a oneer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. I haven't really thought about that.
That's one I saw. The other, the last one that I saw that I thought was kind of interesting. There was a few, but I'll just kind of go over this last one. What do you think about the running start? I've seen leagues that have the you can have like a running start on offense. Have you seen those? I can't remember which league.
Like an arena.
Maybe the league has like a running start. What do you guys think about that on offense to have a running start?
Terrible idea.
Just because it's going to cause more injuries, or just because
injuries
it's too
and
advantageous for the offense?
Yeah,
I get it in a.
Dude, imagine someone
arena
like Tyreek Hill that can get a 10-yard, 15-yard running head start. So when they hike the ball, he's already full speed going.
And the corners are just standing there like ready. Like how you?
Bro, that's
do that?
fucked up.
Arena league makes sense because they can only run like 30 yards.
Yeah, it's a small
so
box.
if they start 5 yards back, they need to be faster speed because even when they cross, the guys are already there.
My thing is, can you get a running start and block? Because can you imagine like Derrick Henry on a running
don't-
start set up to block for
Bro,
like the
that
other
sounds
running back?
dangerous.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Twice
so.
more?
I don't think so. I think only your like skill players. can
Your
do it.
actual skill person. Okay.
You
Yeah,
could
like,
I was
maybe
just
do.
curious about
You
that.
could maybe do something like I don't mind sending somebody in motion, and then they do like a kind of like a little loop at the end, like a little 1-2 yard.
Yeah.
They didn't like stop
take-
because like now you have to go and then set, then you have to hike it.
I like the setting though. That's a huge part of football. That's like one
Yeah.
of the big things where the guys line up and how many guys you can have the line and
On the line, yeah.
it's like
There's
a
a lot to
weird
that people don't realize.
big. Yeah, it's like a big
Pro-
part of like
the-
football strategy that's built into the game.
I agree, but if I'm playing devil's avocado here, I agree with you.
Devil's avocado.
Devil's avocado here. It's very confusing to explain to the layman.
Right. It's like
You can only have a
offsides
certain
and
guy,
stuff
and
there.
then like so they have to have
But
this guy
that's
has to
the
be now
game.
eligible.
You know,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
like when you get a 3-second violation in basketball on defense, and you're thinking, why can't the center just stand in the middle on defense? Why wouldn't he just do that?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hate
like
that,
not
actually.
everybody knows that, including
Yeah.
me when I played basketball and got that penalty. Was like, what does that even mean?
Right. Yeah.
you
You're
just
like,
don't,
this
you
isn't a
don't know
rule. I
that.
do
But
it all
that's
the time, and
part
then you
of
realize
the
they don't.
game. The lining
Yeah.
up is part of the game, and also like if you speed these guys up at all, like they're just gonna kill each other.
That's my
Yeah.
concern would be
Yeah.
the like danger and I think the clear advantage.
Even
You
like
would-
moving
you have
and
to allow
motion.
like defensive holding or something.
Like if you could like
Right.
let a tight end pull across the line and say hike while he's like full speed running. I mean, I guess you can with like wide receivers and shit.
Cross, yeah, like
Yeah, I guess
on
they
like
they do.
yeah,
so,
they do that because you
But
can.
yeah, that's one person, and they already do that.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Hey, you think about all the time people bring somebody in motion and they're like still like they're set, but they're not like set, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
but
going
sometimes
through
they
a stop
don't.
sign, you know?
Think about,
Like,
like,
They do like an end around while he's
Like,
moving. You
Yeah, a
know?
jet sweep. Like even when you're on a
Dude's
jet sweep,
moving.
the wide
if he's
receiver's
not,
on the way.
yeah, if certain position, yeah, if you're, yeah, you can definitely shift over like a fullback. You just can't advance
Yeah.
forward. You
Right.
can't advance forward in your motion.
Right.
That's a penalty.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, no running
Interesting.
start. I think we're on 1 foot down. That's the last one. Sorry, I forgot I had this one in here. 1 foot down instead of 2. You guys like the 2 feet as opposed to a college 1 foot?
Yes.
Or do you think?
It shows professionalism and it shows body control and it shows real athletes.
Just say it. Just say it looks cool. That's all we need.
And it looks
Okay.
way cooler. That's what
Looks
pros do.
sick, bro.
It does when they're dragging both. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it would make catching a lot easier, I think, for receivers, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But again, I think we're at a spot here where like I wouldn't be
Wouldn't hate
opposed to slowing
hate it.
down some of this offense production, man.
It would speed it up. There'd be more guys that could catch the ball. Think about it. Just percentage wise, there would just be more dudes that would get away with those kind of catches. That
Yeah.
probably would make teams and shit because
I don't think it would break the game, but I don't think it's necessary. And I do like the idea of it's a step up from college. It looks cool. It's what I mean. I think most people know you got to get 2 feet. I mean, maybe not most people.
I would
But
say if you watch most college games, at least like Power 5 conference level, like most of those guys catch 2 feet anyways. That's how they
At least
teach
right.
them.
if they're getting 2
Right.
feet down, like I'm more worried about when they fucking catch the ball and they come to the ground and then they get up and they give it to a fan and then they're like incomplete pass. They still fuck with that shit, so I hate that. I will always
Yeah.
hate
I will say I feel like the NFL's been
Let's
better,
celebrate
right?
too, by the way. Let's let them celebrate. Let's let everybody celebrate.
That's my okay. You
That's your
led
biggest
into
rule change, huh?
that. I was gonna say I have one proposed thing that's not even know if it's really proposed, but bro, loosen the fuck up. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I hate this like word like, and I kind of goes against what you're saying, Ben, a tiny bit. Like this professional, like, bro, you guys are playing fucking. These guys are fucking dogs, bro. Let them be dogs, man.
Yeah.
If they want to wear fucking crazy cleats and shit, let them, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they do now. I think that's actually a thing.
No, but you know it has to be approved through a certain charity and shit like that. It's not just like
Yeah.
straight like I don't know, dude. It's like that's just like one easy example, but there's a lot like there's no way somebody should do it's the problem is you got to draw a line somewhere, right? If
Yeah.
somebody
Right, or
takes
you
the
get
football
foul.
and pretends they're shooting
Yeah.
people, right? And then now they're on Good Morning America, the NFL has
Or
a
if it-
problem.
The celebration's still going on in the end zone. They're trying to get the field goal off, and the coaches are pissed because a couple of the guys are dancing have to be on kick team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's
that kind of
tough,
shit.
man.
When they bring the whole team in, and it takes a long time. Like I'm also trying to
Sorry.
watch this game a little faster, please.
Right.
You guys
Yep,
think the
tough
games
one.
need to be sped up? You think three
I
three
think that it's
and a half hours?
catch 22. Like you'd think, like if it went like 2.5 or something, and they push those guys to go faster, there'd just be more injuries. There would be more fatigue. You know what I'm saying?
Give me can you look up something for me real
Yeah.
quick while I'm talking about this? I want you to look up, there was a study done, hopefully you can find it, of how much time actually is like for plays in a football game. Like how
Yeah,
much
like how
time is
much
actually players playing in a football game? Because you got to think about clock running. The game's going to be 3 hours, but I want to say it's much less than you think is actually. I want to say it's maybe like
Only
there's
45 minutes, right? 15.
no. I'm
no
saying like
with commercials.
plays,
Yeah, like
actual like
plays, not
the
including the
play,
huddle and the walking
not
back.
including the clock runoff, not including
Oh,
the
right. Yeah.
setting.
Forgot about that.
I want to, dude. I want to say it's like between like maybe around like 15 minutes or something. I don't know. Did you find it?
This
Okay,
says
yeah, 15
generally
to 20
between
minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy because the games are 3 hours. So that part is kind of,
Bro,
Yeah.
you know what I
think about it.
mean?
We all watch football games. How many times are
the
we like on
commercial-
our phone looking at checking on other games?
We're
All
at
day.
least
That's why
watching
there's
an
that's why
hour of
Red Zone.
commercials. At least an hour of commercials.
Yeah, and I get it. Like I get the commercials and I get the way the game's played. I just don't know how you fix it, to be honest.
You don't because the
Um,
commercials pay the players.
Yeah, and I'm not even mad about the commercials. I just mean like the pace of play is like, but
You
you
don't.
don't. I mean, you
You
can't.
don't.
You can't. You
Just
need all that time in the
sit back.
huddle. You need the clock run
Oh,
off.
they
You
do
need
some
all that
shit like
stuff.
the real
Like
football.
watching fucking golf.
No, they do it like the real football and they add a plus time at the end.
Oh,
Half ends and then there's like
extra
plus 7 minutes and you're like, let's go.
right.
7 minutes they play without commercials.
I don't.
It's
I
like,
think it. I don't think it needs to be shorter. By the way, I know that was kind of the whole question was like baseball. They're kind of trying to shorten the games. I think football's in a good spot. I
Baseball's
personally.
boring. It's a boring game because they just kind
Baseball
of throw
sucks.
the ball. So when it's sped up, they have to throw the ball faster. It kind of just increases the chance of more things happening. You know what I mean? It throws the pitchers off so there are more hits and stuff. I don't fucking know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check back Thursday for ground ball baseball show.
Baseball sucks, man.
yeah, we definitely hit a lot of the sports, but it's cool. But what I'll say though is I think I agree with what you guys are saying. I think they need to trim it up a bit here. I agree. There should be no way that somebody has to invest 4 hours of their day. You guys both have a lot of shit going on. I'm lucky I don't got a lot of shit going on. Bro, you guys got to commit to a 4-hour block of time to watch your favorite team play a game.
Right.
Every week.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But
every other entertainment is significantly shorter than that. Besides something like what you said, Ben, like watching the Masters tournament that's over 3-4 days or something.
Right.
Yeah, you watch a guy play, you'll play a round in 2 hours, 3 hours, one dude watching him play. Another one comes on, and you watch the next guy for 2 or 3 hours. It's just like football.
Saturday.
Yeah,
I guess you're going to get football fans that commit their whole Saturday, their whole Sunday to football.
That's pretty much what I do.
To be
Bro,
the average fan,
dude, Saturdays, I was just talking to a guy at work that's kind of like a football noob. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. There's games, you can watch football on Saturday, sometimes from 11 a.m., but mostly noon Eastern. Noon Eastern until sometimes, 11:30 p.m.?
Remember when last year when Northwestern played Notre Dame in Ireland and it was on at like 8 a.m.?
Oh, yeah, that was sick.
That was all day because it was like that game and then like college game day and then like football.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's this Saturday. This Saturday.
That's how the NFL is. So you get a London.
No. This Saturday is week 1?
26. I looked it up.
Wait, so when does Michigan play?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I just got excited. It saw like Navy played somebody.
September 2nd, they play ECU. That's a tough game, bro. ECU's dogs. Just throwing that out there.
I drafted that receiver from TCU in our
ECU.
ECU.
Oh,
ECU.
Eastern. That's where Chris Johnson went, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's pretty much all I got for the show. I don't know if you
I
guys want to do NFL Wordle or do you got something that you want to touch on?
I got something real quick here. So it's gonna be slightly delayed, but there's, you guys know, and you guys all know that we like gaming. There's a fella that I like named Tim the Tap Man, and he's a huge Cowboys fan and a novid or a novice NFL fan, I would say generally. And he made a tier list of best QBs, and I want you guys' opinion on this tier list. I'm gonna switch over real quick here.
Okay. Curious about what Tim says. Not yet, but
so I believe this is just. There's no way this is every QB.
No, that's like half the QBs.
So
7, 18 of them. Okay. Okay, so S tier, I
don't
disagree.
I don't get it.
I disagree by one of those players, but I'm not gonna.
Damn it! I don't understand. What is the Jalen Hurts shit about? He is a B tier fucking quarterback. Aaron Rodgers
I think
is an S tier.
Jalen Hurts is
Put him up at S tier.
Oh, okay.
I
don't agree with
hate
that,
Aaron Rodgers, but he is so fucking good at football. It's stupid.
I think Aaron Rodgers. I don't know about S tier at this point, but
maybe A tier. He's definitely not.
Yeah, I think B is a little bit low for him. I get they had a bad year last year, but yeah, I would probably take Jalen Hurts out of S and put Josh Allen into A or S, right? I mean, Josh Allen should be with Burrow and Mahomes, right?
I would agree. I would agree on that. I'm fine.
I think Herbie's in the right spot. I think Lamar's tough because he's hurt every year. So
but
when he's on the field, when he's on the field, there's no question that guy could be, bottom S or top A.
Dak is not an A. Dak is
a C. You say C, bro?
Is Dak better than Daniel Jones? Is Dak better than Daniel Jones?
Yeah, Dak's better than Daniel Jones, dude.
Way
Come
better.
on,
is Dak better than Geno Smith?
Way better.
How is he better than Jared Goff?
I think he's better than Jared Goff personally, but I'm a Cowboys fan.
I would say
is that the only thing?
No, I would say me personally, as a non-Cowboys fan, I said Dak Prescott's better than Goff.
Is Dak Prescott better than anybody on the B line?
I think he's better than. Yeah, I'm of that opinion. I would say he's probably third.
I think he's good here. I like him at the bottom A's.
He just said third in the B line.
Yeah, but I like Justin Fields a lot, so that's
Kirk Cousins is better.
I think him and Kirk are really similar. I
would put them together. I think this is Kirk. They did him dirty here.
Like Kirk's a B plus. That's about what I would give him.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I would be fine with Dak at top of B. I think that's where Kirk belongs too. What do you think about Trevor Lawrence? Do you think he's A or do you think he's B? I like Trevor Lawrence. That's probably that was one of the guys I put ahead.
I think he's middle B now. I feel like Jacksonville has to do something this year.
Yeah, he's got to do something.
I'm probably giving him the age factor in my brain for like dynasty, fantasy, because I'm like, oh, he's young, but like, if this is just straight up like this year, this is your QB.
Yeah,
he's probably
100% what this was.
Yep, but yeah, I think everybody's kind of in the right spot. I mean, my
big thing was I thought Josh Allen should be higher.
I mean, he's at top of A, so I mean, I do you think? Yeah, I would maybe just flip flop Hurts and Allen.
They're competing every year, bro. I don't know besides winning Super Bowls.
I'd probably put Hurts behind Herbert and Lamar personally.
We all agree with Russell Wilson D, though, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, even let's ride.
The C looks. I mean, Lions fan. Would you guys rather have Goff or would you rather have Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones.
Rather have Goff or Geno?
Goff.
Would you rather have Goff or Watson?
this point, I'd rather Goff. Just 'cause
Watson. I mean, I'd rather have Watson too, but I know you don't like Deshaun Watson.
I'll take Deshaun Watson.
Dude. Oh, no, you're gonna. Okay. But yeah, Goff or Russell?
I would
You
take.
good with Goff?
Yeah, I'd take any of those quarterbacks.
Yeah,
besides
but like
him. I'm not a huge Justin Fields guy, but
I feel like
Still.
Russell Wilson would come to the Lions and Dan Campbell would like literally wear that guy like a fucking shoe. He would just
Also,
shove it.
Not on this list that you think would be in the top echelon of quarterbacks. I'm just like thinking of guys that aren't on it.
Kyler
and there's
Murray.
like maybe Kyler, but I mean he's hurt right now, I guess. But yeah, I can't really think of too many. I can think of some, like Jordan Love's not on this list, but I don't think he would be at the top.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G, Mac Jones, Brock Purdy. I mean, yeah, there's
Baker
not a ton.
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, Desmond Ritter. It seems like he didn't include just, question marks.
the big names he put in there.
Yeah, I think which I mean, hey, at least Goff's on here,
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. We'll have to do our own tier list next week or something.
Interesting.
Maybe not even quarterbacks, maybe just another position or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. You guys got
60
anything
minutes,
else you want to
that's pretty
say?
good.
Yep, right on time, right on schedule. Episode 1.
Get ready for college football. I'm so excited. I can't even wait. I have to work too, so I'll be able to watch it. Fuck yeah.
You have to work? You'll be able to watch it?
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Slants Football.
Bye.